One of my favorite I have to sneeze. Thank you. And welcome to my channel. I'm Nikki, and today's video I have a Trader Joe's grocery haul for you guys. So if you enjoyed this video or find it helpful, please go ahead and give it a like and subscribe to my channel. I really appreciate it. And let's get started with some produce from Trader Joe's. So I get questions a lot about if I have like a plan that I set up for the week, if I have a meal plan. Did Trevor just walk by? Yeah. That was creepy. I just saw like a shadow in the thing. Okay. So I get a lot of questions about whether or not I create like a meal plan or a grocery list when I go to the store. And honestly, sometimes I do. Sometimes I really have a plan in mind. I have specific recipes I'm going to be making that week and I know what to get. But other times I kind of just have an idea of the types of things we like to get. And today was one of those days where we had no plan at all. I just knew that we needed some produce and a few like basic things, meat, stuff like that. So I'm going to go ahead and get started and share with you guys what we got today. We actually found some new stuff that I'm excited about, but starting with the produce, the basic stuff, we get bananas every time for protein shakes for Adam to just take to work as a side with his breakfast or lunches. It's an easy fruit that he can bring with. Same with mandarins. So they actually didn't have any grapes at all at Trader Joe's today. So when we can't get grapes, Adam likes to get either like clementines or mandarins or oranges so that he can bring 1 or 2 or 3. Sometimes he brings like 3, right? To work as a snack, because even with these, like, they're kind of time consuming to peel and then they take longer to eat. And I feel like that's something I used to like to bring to work as well, because it just kind of took more time to eat and I always eat too fast. But anyway, it's a good 0-point option. We recently got sushi and it had mango on it and it was so good and I haven't stopped thinking about it, and because of it I've just been craving mango. So I know they always have these, I just never end up getting them because I just don't like to get pre-cut fruit. Sometimes I feel like I should just get it and cut it myself, but mango is kind of hard to cut. So I just thought it would be easier to just buy it like this, and it is 0 points for us. This will be something I could have with breakfast or lunch, or honestly I was thinking about maybe doing like a mango salsa type thing because the sushi had mango salsa and it was just so good. Then I got some bell peppers. So I only got red. I don't know why. I actually meant to grab more, but this will be fine for now. This is just for veggie mix and different meals. I usually prefer red if I'm gonna get any color bell pepper, but that's just what I grabbed today. I also got some yellow onions, again for veggie mix or different meals if I'm gonna be making like a pizza or something like that. It's always nice to have onion. I feel like I always have one that I have cut up like halfway at least in the fridge so that it's easy to just like cut some slices for a burger or sandwich if I want it. But I use onion a lot, so I always have an onion on hand. And I already had red onion in the fridge, so that's why I got yellow this time. I got some mini cucumbers. So these are one of my favorite things to get for bowls especially. I love the crunch that the cucumbers add to bowls when it's like a crab rangoon one or a Greek bowl. But I also like to use these as a snack when I do snack plates. And honestly, I've been craving one. That's like one of my favorite things to have during the summer. I get very like snacky. I want some crackers, some dips, maybe tuna, cucumbers, all that stuff on one plate. So those are the cucumbers I like to use for that. Then I got some blueberries, the same as every time. I just like to get blueberries mostly for my yogurt, or sometimes I'll make like a berry mix, but pretty much just for yogurt. And then I got some zucchini. So we're hoping that this is almost one of the last times we have to buy zucchini. I know we still have a little bit longer to go, but our zucchini plants in the backyard are looking so good. Those are the ones that are growing the fastest, and that's how it was last year too. We had one plant last year that gave us 50 zucchini, and this year we have, I want to say, almost 10 zucchini plants out there kind of spaced out. I honestly don't know. I think it's 10, but anyway, I'm super excited to see how much zucchini we get this year. Then we do get this every single time we go to Trader Joe's. It is their tomato sauce. I just like it the best. Out of every canned tomato sauce, like just plain tomato sauce like this that we've tried, this is always our favorite. This one doesn't give us heartburn. Like we find other ones actually give us heartburn. I don't know if they have like added like sugar or something, but we just like this because it's 0 points and it works well for pasta sauces, for pizza sauces, any recipe like that. You can add different seasonings to, and it pretty much stays at 0 points unless you add something with points. So that's why I like to have it as a 0-point sauce option. I also like to get the diced tomatoes. So sometimes I use these to add to a tomato sauce like that. Other times I use them to make a veggie mix if I'm gonna do like corn and beans. I got another jar of roasted red peppers. So I love that Trader Joe's has the bigger jar now, and these are 0 points. One of my all-time favorite ingredients for sandwiches, for bowls, for pizzas, for pasta. Like, you can use roasted red peppers in everything, and they really do add such good flavor for 0 points. So I always just take them out and drain them a little bit, or pat them down with a paper towel, chop them up and add them to the recipe. And then some pickles. So I've actually never tried these before. They're organic kosher sandwich pickles. They honestly just looked good because the water was a little bit more clear. Sometimes when it's like that neon color, I just don't like them as much. I feel like they just taste a little bit more like they've been preserved longer, and I like them to be a little bit more fresh for pickles. So I'm gonna try these out and see what I think. It says fresh pack on them, so hopefully they taste pretty fresh and they're kind of similar to like Grillos. I really like when pickles are cut the sandwich style like this. So these are 0 calories. It's 0 points on WW for 2 slices, but you can keep having them for 0 points still. And I'll probably use these for burgers and sandwiches the most. But if I ever need pickles in like tuna salad or a bowl or something, I could also dice those up. Okay, we got this bread the last time we had gone to Trader Joe's and we really liked it. So it is a sprouted wheat sourdough bread. And it really is like a mix between like Ezekiel and a sourdough. It has really good flavor. It is 2 points for 1 slice and it's 3 points for 2 slices. It's 90 calories for one, 14 carbs, 2 grams of fiber, 1 gram of sugar, and 7 grams of protein. And we really liked it just toasted. It works really well for sandwiches. I also used it for French toast and it was really good. So we love Ezekiel, but we don't usually buy it from Trader Joe's because you can't buy it frozen there. And if you can't buy the Ezekiel frozen, we don't ever know how long it's been sitting out. And anytime we've bought it when it's not frozen, it pretty much like crumbles in our hand at home. So we just don't buy it from Trader Joe's anymore because of that. Usually at other stores, it's in the freezer section. But with this one, it doesn't fall apart. It's really good. And yeah, we've really been liking it. Okay, I got some cheeses. So Trader Joe's is one of my favorite places to get cheese. This is one of my favorite cheeses by far now. This is the Jarlsberg reduced fat Swiss cheese. It's 2 points for 1 slice, 50 calories, 2.5 grams of fat. It's got 1 carb and 7 grams of protein. And I just love this cheese on breakfast sandwiches, on burgers, on regular like deli meat sandwiches. It's just really good. It really has flavor. Sometimes with reduced fat or especially like fat-free cheese, I don't really like to do a lot of fat-free cheeses anymore, but even reduced fat, sometimes it just has less flavor. And I feel like with this Jarlsberg, it has really good Swiss flavor to it still. Of course, I just said that about fat-free cheese, but I did get the fat-free feta today. So this is one of the only cheeses, probably the only fat-free cheese that I get because I don't think that it tastes much different. It doesn't upset my stomach like some other cheeses. Like I cannot do fat-free cheddar or mozzarella anymore. It really does mess up my stomach, and I just think that it's worth it to use a couple points to get the reduced fat or the full fat versions of cheese. But with feta, I don't think that's always the case, and I think that the fat-free works, especially the Trader Joe's one. I really do like this. Aldi has a fat-free one that I like as well. And so this is 0 points for the ounce, which is really nice when I want to use it for bowls, especially Greek bowls with like the roasted red peppers and the cucumbers. It's 35 calories for an ounce. It's got 3 carbs, 1 gram of fiber, and 6 grams of protein. Then I got some reduced fat shredded 3 cheese blend. So this is 80 calories for a 1/4 cup. It's 3 points on WW. It's got 4 grams of fat and 8 grams of protein. And this is just like the most versatile cheese. Also the mozzarella is too, but I like to use this for pasta, pizza, eggs, tacos, anything I use cheese for, this one works. So like, this is always the one that I have last because I'll use up like the other specific ones first, and then this one can just like go with anything. So I always have that one on hand because it's just so useful and it's nice and low in points. Okay, then a couple meats. I got these, which we've gotten these before and we really liked them. They are maple chicken breakfast sausages. So for 2 links, it's 3 points on WW, which I feel like is kind of higher, but I don't know. I think it's worth it for these, especially if we did our pancakes. So like 3 points of pancakes, 3 points of sausage would be a filling breakfast with some berries as well. And maybe even like eggs on the side for 0 points. But for 2 links, it's 90 calories, 4 grams of fat, 3 carbs, 3 grams of sugar, and 10 grams of protein. And I just really like the flavor of like maple chicken sausage. So these will be good to have on hand. And that means I'm going to be making pancakes soon. Maybe I'll even do like a sheet pancake and just toss them in there cut up. Then I got 2 pounds of 99% lean ground turkey. So this is 0 points on WW. It is 28 grams of protein for 4 ounces and 120 calories. And this is just one of my favorite proteins to use, especially because it's 0 points. I can make it more flavorful when I make like turkey burgers or meatballs with it, or even ground taco meat. I can just use taco seasoning packets and it works really well. So ground turkey for 0 points. It's 99% lean. Then I just got this because it was smaller. Usually every time I see ghee, it's like bigger bigger jars, and I just needed some, but I didn't want to get a huge thing. So they had a smaller thing of ghee at Trader Joe's, and for the serving of 1 teaspoon, it's 2 points on WW. So I don't use this much, but it might be something if I want to put it on corn on the cob, or sometimes I like to use just like a little bit to cook my eggs in. It's 2 points on WW for a teaspoon. It's got 45 calories and 5 grams of fat, and it's just like a different option for butter. It's something that I really don't use all the time. That thing will probably last me a long time, but it's something I like to have on hand for different recipes. Sometimes I need butter when I'm making like a pasta dish or something, and that's what I will use. Then my favorite dip that Trader Joe's has, this is the spinach and kale Greek yogurt dip. It's 1 point for the serving of 1 ounce or 2 tablespoons. It's 30 calories, 2 grams of fat, 2 carbs, and a gram of protein. And I usually don't like kale, but you really can't taste it in this, I don't think. But it has a really good spinach flavor, and it kind of reminds me of just like the spinach dip that you used to get in like the big Hawaiian bread little circle things, and there was always spinach dip in the center. This is what this always reminds me of, and that's like one of my favorite dips. So it's really good. It's a lower point option because it's made with Greek yogurt. So 1 point for the serving. And a lot of times I like to have it with pretzel crisp, but I also like to use it as an ingredient in bowls and even with like cucumbers. Okay, I was excited about this one. I don't know if this is new, but I've never seen it before. And I feel like Adam and I have just been on a new hummus kick. We've been enjoying trying a bunch of new hummuses. So this is their crunchy chili onion hummus, and it's got so much of that crunchy chili stuff in the center. So we're gonna have to mix this up really well. I'm kind of nervous it's gonna be spicy. It looks spicy because it's got like the oil in there, but for the serving of 2 tablespoons, it's 80 calories. It's 4.5 grams of fat, 4 carbs, 1 gram of fiber, and 2 grams of protein. And for that serving, it's 2 points on WW. I don't know if this is something that I'll use on wraps. I think it might be really good if it's not too spicy for me, but we're gonna go ahead and try this out and see what we think of it. Okay, moving on to some frozen things. One of my favorite items to get from Trader Joe's. I need to make a thing of just like my staple items that I get there, but I'll do that at a different time. This is their frozen edamame. So it is shelled, which is what I love because a lot of times it's harder to find it frozen shelled like this. That way you can just heat it up and add it to any recipe. So I like to use it for sesame noodles. I like to add it to bowls with like poke bowls or stir fry. I even like to add it to like taco bowls as just a more filling ingredient because this is a 0 point food. It's 100 calories for a half cup, so it is more filling too for 0 points, which is always a bonus. 100 calories, 2 grams of fat, 12 carbs. It's got 4 grams of fiber, 1 gram of sugar, and 9 grams of protein. So edamame is something that I honestly forget about a lot, but it is such a good ingredient to include, and I really like the taste of it. I like the texture. It's got a little bit of a bite to it, and it's really good. So 0 points. Okay, next, this is one of our favorite freezer things that they have recently come out with. It's their ratatouille bites. So they're pretty much just like these little balls like this, and they've got zucchini and tomato and stuff on the inside, and they have panko breadcrumb coating on the outside. So it's about 1 point for 1 piece, and I think this comes with 12 pieces. Yeah, 12 pieces. So 130 calories for the serving, which is 4. It is 7 grams of fat, 16 carbs, 2 grams of fiber, 3 grams of sugar, and 2 grams of protein. And the serving is 4 points for 4 pieces. Okay, then next, this is another one of my favorite Trader Joe's items that I get pretty much every time we go there. It is their breaded gluten-free chicken breast nuggets. So I like that it's chicken breast. I love the breading on it. I'm not gluten-free, but the breading is just really good. It almost has a little bit of like a garlicky flavor to it. So these are raw, so you have to make sure you fully cook them when you heat them up. I usually just cook them in the air fryer. I like to use them just as like a chicken meal. So like sometimes we just want like chicken and fries and I'll dip it in some sauce. Sometimes I add it as an ingredient to bowls, or sometimes I even just heat up like 1 to 2 pieces and add it to a breakfast burrito. But for the serving, which is about 4 ounces, it's 200 calories, 6 grams of fat. It's got 20 carbs, 1 gram of fiber, and 16 grams of protein. And that serving is 5 points. So it usually is like 4 to 5 pieces for 5 points. And like I said, I usually just cook it in the air fryer. Then I got some more of the chicken cilantro mini wontons. These are 1 point for the serving, which is 4 pieces. They are mini, so they look big obviously in the picture, but they're like little bite-sized pieces. And for 4 of them, it is 50 calories, like I said, 1 point. It's a half gram of fat, 9 carbs, 1 gram of fiber, 1 gram of sugar, and 3 grams of protein. And usually we like to air fry them, or we will just microwave them sometimes if we want them more like steamed. Either way, they're really good. And I like to use them as an ingredient in bowls, but also as just like a side when I do stir fry or fried rice for dinner. Okay, I'm so excited about this. We've never tried it before, but we both really like risotto, and especially mushroom risotto. So this is in the freezer section. It's just their mushroom risotto. It is a 1 pound bag, and all it says is you just heat 2 tablespoons of water in a saucepan, pour this in and cook it for 6 to 7 minutes, and then just allow it to sit for 2. So for the serving of 1 cup, and there's 3 servings in here, so this is a 3-cup bag, it's 160 calories, 5 grams of fat, 26 carbs, and 3 grams of protein. And honestly, I think Adam and I would split the bag. So for the cup serving, it's 5 points. But if we were gonna split the bag for dinner, we'd each have a cup and a half, and it would be 8 points, which really isn't bad. I think we're already planning on maybe having it for dinner tonight because it sounds so good, and we have some salmon in the fridge, and salmon is 0 points. So we could heat this up and then top it with the salmon, and it would still only be an 8-point dinner, and I think that would be really filling. The salmon would add a lot of protein, but I'm excited to try this. So 5 points for the serving of a cup. Okay, then I love that Trader Joe's has frozen rice because it's just so convenient when I don't have rice already prepped. That's why I like to get the organic jasmine rice frozen, but then I also like to get their rice medley. So this is brown rice, red rice, and black barley, and both of these have 3 bags in there. You just microwave them. It takes 3 minutes to microwave, and then they're done and you can use them. They each make 2 cups. And the thing about this one, it scans as 5 points, but it's actually 6 points for a cup. It's 210 calories, 46 carbs, 1 gram of fiber, and 4 grams of protein. And like I said, whenever I don't have rice prepped, I like to just make one of these really quickly. Adam and I could each have a cup for 6 points and just split the bag. Same with this one. It is the rice medley. This one is 200 calories for a cup, 1.5 grams of fat, 43 carbs, 4 grams of fiber, 5 grams of protein, and 5 points on WW. And this one also says vegan. It just adds a little bit more flavor because it's got the different types of rice in there. This one works well. I've actually used it as the rice that I make Spanish rice with, so I'll add like the tomatoes and corn and stuff, but really good option. Okay, then the last freezer thing I got, I don't know why, I was just wanted to get these because they caught my eye. So they're just a dozen macarons. They're just a variety. So there are fig, lemon, apricot, coconut, pistachio, and salted caramel in here. And I'm always just looking for little desserts, especially if they can be like a lower point option. The serving size for this is 3 macarons, and that's 6 points on WW, which for 3 cookies isn't bad. It's 110 calories for that serving, 4 grams of fat, 15 carbs, 1 gram of fiber, 15 grams of sugar, and 2 grams of protein. And these were in the freezer section as well. We're trying one right now.
Sweet.
I know we didn't have lunch yet, but I want cookies. Oh, they're not even that bad in size. Okay.
They're cute.
So this is what they look like, and you can have 3 of these for 6 points. I feel like that's actually a decent,
that is a decent size. So.
Yeah. Okay, so which one do we want to try? This is one thing that I do not offer anymore with my cookie business. I used to, and they're the hardest things to make. It is so hard to get them consistent, and yeah, that's like my little rant about them, but I will only buy these, and I respect everyone that makes them because they are very stressful. So anyway, we're gonna go ahead and try the lemon one. So technically this is 2 points on WW, which honestly, that is not bad, especially because these are so good. We love these. So let's go ahead and try lemon. Cheers.
Cheers.
Wow. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and try coconut. Cheers.
Cheers.
That's good.
That's really, that's done.
So like 2 cookies for that for 4 points.
4 points. That's like a good amount too.
They're sweet. The filling's really
Very
sweet.
sweet.
Wow.
These are good.
Okay, I'm gonna buy these like every time now. This is bad. It's probably bad that I found these, but honestly, like I feel like every time we'd have it, we'd have 2 because that like works well. So then we could have it 3 times.
There was a different box of flavors too.
There was a peach and watermelon one that I was looking at. I was trying to decide between the 2, but I'm glad we got this one.
Me too.
We're gonna have to try the other one next time.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna keep going.
Bye.
Bye. Okay, we were out of couscous because I've actually been using it a lot lately. I think this is something I'm gonna use a lot more because, first of all, it's a good low point option. It's 3 points for a 1/4 cup. It scans as 4 points, but when you type it in, it's 3. This is their whole wheat couscous. I usually just make it in the microwave. I might start making bigger batches so that I can just have it ready in the fridge, again, to use as like a base for bowls because it's really good, especially with falafel bowls. For the serving of a 1/4 cup dry, which is 3 points, it's 160 calories, 34 carbs, 4 grams of fiber, and 7 grams of protein. So good amount of protein as just like a base for bowls, and there's a lot of things you can do with it. I'm kind of thinking of doing like a summer salad type thing with it as well, so we'll see, but this is really good and I've been buying it pretty much every time now. Then I got some hearts of palm pasta, so we love this stuff. We have some dip left actually from the last time we went to Trader Joe's that we need to use. It's the cauliflower jalapeno dip, which we didn't see that this time, so I think it might actually be discontinued, but I'm gonna make some hearts of palm pasta with some chicken sausage. That's one of our favorite meals to have. It's 0 points for the entire box, so whenever we go, I buy us each a box because we each have one when we make it for dinner. For a third of the package, it is 20 calories. It's got 4 carbs and a gram of protein and 2 grams of fiber. And this is something that doesn't really taste like exactly like pasta, but it really is a good substitute option for a pasta dish if you're not just like expecting it to taste like noodles. We really like those. Okay, then this is something new. We've never gotten the falafel mix. So I know I've looked at it before, but finally just got it this time. Pretty much all you do is mix water with it. It is gluten-free and vegan as well, but it's just a traditional Mediterranean recipe of ground fava beans, chickpeas, and spices. So, you can fry them, or there's also an option to bake them, which I think I'll probably just bake them because then it doesn't add the points of the oil. But for the serving of a third of the cup of the mix, not fried, it is, which makes about 3 falafel. It's 180 calories, 2 grams of fat, 28 carbs. It's got 9 grams of fiber, 1 gram of sugar, and 12 grams of protein. And how many points was that serving then? 3?
The serving was 3, yeah.
And that serving's 3 points. So it pretty much is that each falafel is going to be 1 point. And I'm just excited to try them out and make them, see what we think, because maybe I could just, I don't know how, if this makes 27, we're not going to eat all those at once, so maybe I can freeze some and then we'll just have them in the freezer. I don't know what I'm saying. Okay, Adam loves these PBC bars, so they're 5 points on WW. They're peanut butter cocoa bars. It's pretty much just like a peanut butter bar with a chocolate filling on the inside, and, oh no, wait. It's peanut butter and cocoa. So it's got a peanut butter and cocoa filling in the center. These are gluten-free and vegan. For 1 bar, it's 160 calories. It's 7 grams of fat, 20 carbs, 2 grams of fiber, 7 grams of sugar, and 4 grams of protein. I just need water as well, but it's just a traditional Mediterranean recipe of ground fava beans, chickpeas, and spices. You can fry them, or there's also an option to bake them, which I think I'll probably just bake them because then it doesn't add the points of the oil. But for the serving of a third of the cup of the mix, not fried, which makes about 3 falafel, it's 180 calories, 2 grams of fat, 28 carbs, it's got 9 grams of fiber, 1 gram of sugar, and 12 grams of protein. And that serving's 3 points. So it pretty much is that each falafel is gonna be 1 point. And I'm just excited to try them out and make them, see what we think, because maybe I could just, I don't know how, if this makes 27, we're not gonna eat all those at once, so maybe I can freeze some and then we'll just have them in the freezer. Adam loves these PBC bars, so they're 5 points on WW. They're peanut butter cocoa bars. It's pretty much just like a peanut butter bar with a chocolate filling on the inside. So it's got a peanut butter and cocoa filling in the center. These are gluten-free and vegan. For 1 bar, it's 160 calories. It's 7 grams of fat, 20 carbs, 2 grams of fiber, 7 grams of sugar, and 4 grams of protein. So these are just something that are easy for him to grab and take to work, and they're more filling. Okay, I don't know why. I've just been loving the Trader Joe's blue corn tortilla chips. So for the serving of about 9 chips, it's 150 calories, 7 grams of fat, 19 carbs, 2 grams of fiber, and 2 grams of protein. And it's 3 points for that serving on WW. I really like to use these as a base for nachos. I just think that they're so salty. They've got a good crunch. They do get kind of soggy with nachos, but it works really well, and I just really like them. So either I use these for dips or nachos, but they're a good lower point option. And then another one of my favorite salty snacks from Trader Joe's, these are their crunchy curls. So for about 31 curls, it is 3 points on WW. It's 130 calories, 5 grams of fat, 19 carbs, 1 gram of fiber, and 3 grams of protein. And they are pretty much just a lentil potato snack. So they don't have much flavor, but they're crunchy. They have a little bit of a saltiness to them, and I don't know, I love them. I think they do have a little bit more of a potato flavor to them, but one of my favorite things to add into snack mixes. They make me more full when I add them in because you can have a higher serving for lower points, and I just really like them. I also really like the sour cream and onion rings, so I feel like another list of all my staple when it comes to the chips. These are some of my favorite chips. These are 24 pieces for 3 points. It's 130 calories, 6 grams of fat, 2 grams of fiber, 16 carbs, and 4 grams of protein. And these, the texture almost reminds me more of like a crouton, but I just think that the flavor is really good. And again, another thing I like to mix into snack mixes or just have on its own. I haven't done this in a while, but at Trader Joe's, I like to buy like the individual nuts and just kind of make my own trail mix. And I did that today. So I got a lot of stuff actually. I got some just plain roasted salted peanuts. These are 180 calories for a quarter cup, I think 5 or 6 points. I need to scan everything, but I'll pretty much mix it together and figure it out then. I got some roasted and salted whole cashews, 180 calories. These will probably be 6 or 5 points for the serving. And then some pistachios, so 170 calories. And then I was excited. I think the reason I decided to make a trail mix was because I saw this. This is just a golden berry blend. So it's got dried cranberries, blueberries, and cherries, and golden raisins. And I thought that that would be really good in a trail mix. But then I also, since I have so many nuts, let's see. So I have all these nuts and I have berries and I needed some type of chocolate. So I went back over by the freezer section where they have like the chocolate up top and I got some dark chocolate covered raisins. So these will be higher point, but again, once I add everything together and make it into a trail mix, then I can calculate the points from there. But for this serving of 26 pieces, it's 120 calories and I'm just excited. I love dark chocolate, I love raisins, and I think this will all go really well together because a lot of times when I buy the trail mixes at the store, they have like so much chocolate and peanut butter and all that stuff that I really want to have, but I know that this will probably make me feel better with just a little bit of the chocolate and then a lot more nuts. Okay, then we needed bear bells, which I was kind of upset because these went up in price a little bit. Like they used to be $23 for the box like this, and now they were $28, and that's just the price on Bear Bell's website. So I might just start ordering off of Bear Bell's website because they have the creamy crisp, and that's like our favorite flavor on there, and they don't have those at Trader Joe's, but they do have these. So we did just get them because we needed them. We just love Bear Bells still to this day. Pretty much the only protein bar we buy. We buy a lot to try, and then we always end up just repurchasing Bear Bells. But cookies and cream is one of my favorites. Then also the salty peanut, which kind of tastes like a Snickers. These are 6 points for one bar. This one is 5 is what I track it as. When you scan it, it says 4. When you type in the info, it says 6. So I just do 5 because that's what I've decided. But this one is 6 when you scan it and the nutrition matches up. It's 200 calories. This one's 8 grams of fat. This one's 7, but 20 carbs, 3 grams of fiber, and 20 grams of protein in both of these. And they're just something really convenient. Like if I get home from the gym and I need to start working on something, or I don't have time to make my breakfast right away, or I don't even want to eat my breakfast right away, sometimes I'll just have a Bear Bell and it kind of holds me over till I feel like eating breakfast, or if, like I said, I'm in a hurry and I just need to have a quick snack. Those are really convenient. I like to bring them hiking. Adam likes to have them after the gym or bring them to work as well. Okay, and then the last thing that I got today, this is just random, but we just saw these at the front and they just sounded really good. And I don't know, of course their packaging, it always gets me, but Trader Joe's sparkling pineapple juice beverage. So honestly, I thought this would be good as a mixer if we wanted to put like, maybe like a shot of tequila in it or something like that. But it's only 2 points for one of them, 60 calories, 14 carbs, 12 grams of sugar. So it is pretty much just pineapple juice and sparkling, I don't know. We're gonna go ahead and try them, but I'm excited for those because it just sounded refreshing as like a summer drink. Okay, so that wraps up everything that we got from Trader Joe's today. I just realized how red I look. I don't know if it'll be that red in the camera, but I got some sun today after skating, so anyway, I hope you guys found this video helpful. If you did, please go ahead and give it a like and subscribe to my channel. I really appreciate it, and we will see you next time.
Bye.